What is DESO? And I had to pause right there due to the fact that it was an audio playing that I know you couldn't hear, so it just had that blank spot. But what is DESO? You see, I like to share different coins, cryptocurrencies, projects as they hit my radar, just in case that's something that you may have never been exposed to. So that way, the earlier you know about it, the more you can determine whether or not it's a good fit for you. Then you can be ahead of the pack and determine if it's a good investment. So before everybody else is talking about it, raving about it, you already knew about it. And hopefully you already benefited from it because you learned here first. So hit that bell notification, subscribe, etc., so you don't miss any of the new ones that I run across the table that you might want to consider. And if I get over 100 videos on the video, 100 views on the video, then I do a deeper dive and do an audit so I can really enlighten you on about the coin and see if it's a good project to invest in. And then later I will turn that into 1,000 views. But for now, if I get 100 views on this video, then I do a deeper dive on this particular one so you can determine whether or not it's a good fit for you. And you can say you did your due diligence and not just listen to somebody blindly. Now, I will say this. This is not financial advice. This channel is about you just being alarmed of what's going on. I like to educate and empower in the areas of personal finances, credit, etc. And crypto is also one of those things that I want to inspire and empower you on as well. That being said, if you want access to more cash flow so you can buy more crypto, I want you to strongly consider clicking that link below. It says cash flow to crypto. You'll see it. And once you click that link, you'll get access to a free video. That free video will then show you different ways that you may be leaving money on the table. That extra money could go towards crypto, and you can use that money to build wealth. So strongly consider that. There'll be a link below and something towards the tail end of the video. And if you like what you see on the free video, then move forward on it. Take advantage of what I share. If not, no big deal. No pressure. Now, let's talk about DESO. What is DESO? And I'm going to go to my good friend here, my good friend CMC. The CMC is CoinMarketCap. So, what is DESO? DESO is the ticker symbol, and it's short for Decentralized Social. Now, this literally is just hitting my radar. It just launched to Coinbase, which means that some of you may already know about it because most of the time when it launches on Coinbase, it's already been through some other places. However, when I go to the CoinMarketCap here, if I look at the run that it's been having on the all-time level, it's still fairly new. Came out earlier this year, and it's gone through the ringer. So it's been all the way down as low as, as you see currently. So it's been under $70, under $60. But now it's currently trading right here, about $150, depending on when you're watching the video. Now, is it a good investment? We'll see. You got to first understand what it is. So it stands for Decentralized Social. So let's take a visit to their site. I will read that, but I want to insult your intelligence. So let's take a visit to their site. So what you do on CoinMarketCap, you just click the link and it'll take you to their site. I already have it pulled up. So let's dive in deeper. DESO, the Decentralized Social Blockchain. And I did a recent video on something about the power of getting access to the social blockchain, because now you can benefit from social media versus them solely benefiting off of you. Not that we don't benefit at all, but not the way that it should be. Anyway, DESO is a new layer 1 blockchain built from the ground up to scale decentralized social applications to 1 billion users. So that being said, they have the ability for you to start building, get started, run a node, go deep, apply for funding. So let's see what it's about. And let's go ahead and click on the vision. Let's go ahead and open up the vision, see what their vision is, because it's always good to know parts of the roadmap and things of that nature. So it's pretty lengthy, so we're not going to go all the way in like that. What we will do is just kind of look at some of the headlines. The value of decentralized social media. Hold on, let me see something that started a little funny. Let me go ahead and use the touchscreen instead. The value of decentralized social media. So in this paper, we introduced DESO, short decentralized social, the first and only blockchain custom built from the ground up to power and scale a new category of decentralized social applications to 1 billion users. While much research has been dedicated to scaling decentralized finance or DeFi application, relatively little has been invested into building blockchains that can scale social media applications, even though the latter category is arguably just as large. So what they're saying right there is this. A lot of people are talking about DeFi, and I've even shared some DeFi tokens. You got TrueFi, you got CreditFi, you got Neo token, which is about to launch as well. It's a ton of things out here. It's crazy. Don't get overwhelmed. Find your ones that you really like and you respect, and then dive into it. Don't feel like you got to be in all of them, because it's a million ones hitting the platform seemingly like every day. But DeFi is decentralized finances. Basically, they're competing with the banks. They're giving people the ability to stake and yield form and earn return on their investment just by holding the coin. They're giving people the ability to lend money. Then they're coming up with different credibility systems that allow you to know if a person has good credibility. Is it okay to lend them money? So it's a whole world being created on the blockchain. What they're saying is this. There's a lot of money and investment and things being put out there in the area of decentralized finance, but what about decentralized social? Because social media is huge. However, the decentralized social may not be as huge. So we're going to put our stamp in the game, and just like they said DeFi, we're coming with DESO. And I like that. I like the idea. So just kind of understand the power and the direction that they're heading. And that's just off of the first paragraph, So the ultimate vision today is, post submitted in the Instagram, TikTok, Twitter belongs to these corporations. So when you post on these platforms, it typically belongs to them based on some of the things that we've agreed to by downloading these platforms. However, rather than the creator who posted it, and this is something I can fall in love with, because it's so much content we've created as creators on these platforms, even if it's just a post of how you feel. It came out of your mind. It was your idea. Even if it's a quote, I drop quotes and lyrics and things of that nature. Even if it came out of your mind, you should be the sole owner. You created it. You just use their platform to get it out to the masses. So what they're saying is, even though you're the one that posted it, and the monetization goes predominantly to these corporations as a result. So they're creating a bad guy or a villain in a sense. But it's the truth. It's the truth. They're creating a villain. What do I mean? A lot of times if you can create a villain and say, hey, these are the bad guys, they've been taking advantage of you all of these times, enough people will rise up and say, you know what, you're right. And they'll look at the villain in a certain kind of way and push on this mission. So that's a good strategy, but it's the truth. So it's not like they're just using it strategically. It's true. Then they said, in contrast, DESO stores all of its data on a public blockchain, which means that anyone in the world can run a node that exposes their own curated feed. Today, BitClout.com operates one such node, but there are over 100 other projects running nodes and building apps on DESO. So it's a lot of the decentralized social. So this is not the first one they're embedding to it, which is good, but it is quite a few of them. Some are trying to compete with Facebook, some are trying to compete with YouTube, some in a lane of their own, a decentralized version of Twitter, the whole 9 yards. Who will prevail? We don't know. But what they're saying is on BitClout, it's over 100 that running nodes and building apps on the DESO as well. Moreover, there's no reason why other verticalized players can't enter the market to create feeds that they're uniquely suited towards curating. For example, imagine if the ESPN ran a node that curated a feed of the best sports content, or if Politico ran a node that curated a feed of the best political content. Additionally, since DESO is fully open source, these players could even customize their UI and, I forgot what that stood for, it'll come to me, and build custom algorithms to rank the influencers and posts in a way that serves their specific target customer. We think this will quickly move us from a world in which a handful of juggernauts control the dominant feeds to one in which consumers will have thousands of feeds to choose from, each with its own specific tools. So algorithms tend to run how we see certain things. They're saying they're going to be able to, the consumers will be able to choose the type of stuff they want to see, which is important because when you think about what feeds your mind, a lot of times what feeds your mind feeds the decisions that you make and your mood that you're in, your energy levels, and it's important to guard and control your emotions, your feelings, all of the above. So that being said, that's something to think about. On top of that, storing all of the data on the public blockchain makes it so that with one engineer, anyone can build a social media experience that is competitive with the existing incompetence. So you see how they're competing. I won't go to the social tokens, social NFTs, social tipping. These three categories of products pioneered by DESO are already changing the game. So literally, as you post certain things, you can be getting credit in the form of crypto, in the form of these things that typically would be just a like or a follow. Now you're actually able to support your creator, somebody that you are looking up to or you get some good valuable information from. You're able to support them differently in the form of showing them love on the blockchain, because you have social tokens, you got social NFTs and different things that reward them for being creators, not just the platform. I want you to see that. How does DESO work? They break that down right there. So in terms of architecture, a good way to understand DESO is to imagine Bitcoin node only evolved to be able to handle a much wider array of transaction types, just sending and receiving money with a vast amount of custom storage and indexing. So basically, Bitcoin has evolved from just sending money to being able to create a whole ecosystem, a whole world that allows the creators and the participants and the owners of the system that they're pushing or the platform that they're pushing to benefit. So now it's a win-win. You are incentivized to participate and really incentivized to tap into what you believe in, to stand on what you believe in a way that can be stripped away from you, you know, like typical times. Social features on bare metal. So just go through this if you want to dive in deeper, or if you want me to do an audit, if this video gets over 100 views, then consider that. Now, let's go back to DESO, and I don't want to, you know, just stay on that part of it, but the social blockchain, let's scroll down. So currently, over 100,000 node downloads according to the site, 1.4 billion total transaction volume. The average cost per post, pretty low. Existing blockchain can't scale social apps. So existing blockchains can't scale social apps. Social applications generate a lot of data, and existing blockchains are not equipped to store and index it. The social blockchain that scales. So why DESO? One word, scale. It's the only blockchain custom built to scale decentralized social apps. So they're not competing, they're really complementing the other social apps that exist out there. DESO unlocks the next frontier for blockchain. DESO was built from the ground up to scale one of the biggest untapped markets for blockchain, social media. Okay? 100% open source, 100% on-chain open data. Over 100 apps built on DESO. So these are some of the apps that are built on DESO. Some of these of which you may be familiar with. Diamond, Polygram, not to be confused with Polygon, Flick, Cloud Lead, After Party, Supernova. So you see what's going on here. So Club Room. So it's a lot of stuff going on in this blockchain space, and you can browse if you want to see more. Notable holders of DESO. You got Sequoia, TQ Ventures, Blockchain, Digital Currency, North Islands. So you can just see. You scroll and see. Polychain might sound familiar. Some of these may sound familiar. That name, that individual may sound familiar. Abstract Ventures, Verify. So they got a couple of supporters and partners. They've been mentioned on Coinbase, Bloomberg, New York Times, TC, Forbes, CNBC, Yahoo Finance, Decrypt, and now they're on Coinbase. So that's significant within itself. 100% open source, on-chain open data, on-chain profile. So every user profile is stored on-chain and is solely controlled by the user's private keys, making your identity portable between all apps in the DESO ecosystem. That's pretty significant when you understand the future of it. Now, you got to believe in the future of the blockchain, but it makes it portable, so now you can maneuver it around versus just being stuck and stagnant. Like, you can't take all of your Facebook posts and, you know, data and everything you've been doing and move it around all over the place. Now, you got to cross-post and do all of this, but now you got an on-chain profile that's locked to the chain that you control with your keys, and now you're able to maneuver and be you wherever you are. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Gotta love it. All right, make your identity portable between all apps in the DESO ecosystem as they build that ecosystem. So they're still talking about their ecosystem. Social NFTs. NFTs minted on DESO are associated with the artist's profile and can be shown off on the buyer's profile. So the artist who created it, show it off. The person who bought it, invested in it, get to show it off on their profile as well, enhancing the provenance while making them inherently social and more valuable. You got to understand that. If you understand NFTs, I have no explaining to do. Social tokens. Every profile created on DESO can have a social token attached to it. Social tokens on DESO earn cash flows from NFT sales and soon all forms of creator monetization. I'm going to read that again. Every profile created on DESO can have a social token attached to it. So every profile can have a social token attached to it. that pretty much creates your own ecosystem. That pretty much gives you your own coin, so to speak, because it can have its own social token associated with it. So as you grow and progress as an individual, and the people who believe in you and believe in your thought, of your point of view on certain things, regardless of what it is limitless. You don't have to just be an artist, a designer, a musician, or a rapper, or a creator, or content. You just have to be somebody who people are interested in. And you could be the most dorkiest person or the most savage, however you want to look at it, and still there's enough people who are interested in what you have. Now that you have a coin, as they decide to tap into whatever it is that you're doing from a social token standpoint, or just, interacting with your content, it creates monetization. All right, social tipping, aka diamonds. Because DESO is a blockchain, it's never been easier to integrate money native features like tipping into your app. Tips can be integrated directly with content, e.g., allowing users to give diamonds to posts rather than just likes. Kind of ties into what I was saying. Likes can be actually converted and treated as a form of compensation. On-chain posts. Every post and reply is stored and indexed directly on-chain, meaning that your content is portable across all apps in the DESO ecosystem. Emphasis on in the DESO ecosystem. If one app's algorithms aren't showing you love, there are thousands of others that will instead. Ooh. I just caught that nugget. Now that's different. That's different. So they say if one app's algorithms aren't showing you love, move to another one. Move to another one. Because another algorithm may show you love as well, because now it's portable. You're able to move it around and say, okay, this how I ain't doing too well over here. Let me see how I perform over here. Let me see how I perform over here. Let me see how I perform over here. And you never lose sight of anything. Or you can be doing well here, diversify, come over here, do well. This is what it sounded like. Now, this is without me just thoroughly tapping into it, but just off a read, I see where they're going. The DESO core development team is relentlessly focused on using the power of blockchain to create as many new ways for creators to monetize as possible. We're living in a world now where you're going to get paid for being you. And it's already there, but this heightens that capability. And because DESO is an open platform, every new feature becomes instantly available to thousands of developers who will invent new products we've never seen before. So it's a lot of things that are going to be created that you've never seen before. Where to buy blockchain.com, as well as Coinbase Pro, which, it just hit Coinbase. So that being said, that's that. 10.8 million units. DESO suppliers fixed at 10.8 million coins. That's something to think about. So they have a cap, meaning there's some scarcity involved. DESO was distributed via bonding curve with over 44,000 purchases and no one entity owning more than 5% of the supply, other than founders who collectively own less than 20%. So that's good to know, just in case, somebody, basically what they're doing is trying to prevent a rug pull from happening, meaning everybody put their money in, invest in a coin, and somebody dips off. Nobody owns over 5% except for the owners who collectively own less than 20%. Supported by the DESO Foundation. The DESO blockchain is supported by the nonprofit DESO Foundation, whose broad mission is to support the decentralization of social media. The foundation is led by crypto veteran Nadir Al-Nehi, or Neji, depending on how you pronounce it, with a $200 million treasury behind it to support its mission. So you may be very familiar with their name. If not, you can click it and expound on who that is. And, if you feel like that's a trusted individual, which might give you extra confirmation. Do you want to save the internet? Apply to the DESO Foundation today and join us on our mission to decentralize social media. See open positions. So basically, if you want to support it, you can join on the mission to decentralize social media just by clicking it. I clicked it because I'm going to revisit it and just kind of see, what all they have, just in case I know somebody else who I feel may benefit. But that being said, these are some things for you to consider in this world of decentralized social, not just DeFi. So I love it. There's a lot of creativity going on in this space. Look into it. See if this is something you're interested in. See if you want to invest in it. It's currently sitting at 166. I think when I started the recording, it was sitting at 150. So, you know how crypto moves. So it has that tendency to go up and down, up and down, up and down. But you get in where you fit in, understand your risk, You can win money. I mean, you can gain money. You can lose money. But understand what you're getting involved in, which is why it's important. 2, do your own due diligence and homework. We just did an overview, but if this video gets over a certain amount of views, I do an actual audit to determine whether or not I feel like they have a future and see what things they have coming down the pipeline, the roadmap, etc. That being said, I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to click the available button that allows you to get more cash flow so you can indeed buy more crypto and turn that cash flow into an income producing asset, not just a liability. That's all I got for this video. See you on the next one. Salute.